1 second. All right. Man, Adam, give me Deuteronomy 7:6. Come. All right, Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Shem Yahshua Yahweh Shema, Thumba Shem Yahushua. Priest and officer 1000 Yediah. I'm holding class down until priest and captain of 13,000 Shapar Napaj gets here. This is the Thursday night history class. Now, it's important for us to understand our history. I say this because as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we don't even know who the hell we are. We don't. If you ask a Black or Hispanic, a First Nation brother or sister, what's their nationality, you'll get like 10 different answers. You'll get their church denomination. You'll get African American. And how can you be African American? How can you be a descendant of Leo Siphios, Africanus, and Americos Vespucci? That's two devils. How can you be a so-called Hispanic, or Latino? Like that's tracing back, to the conquistador and the other, oppressors of Rome. You know what I mean? They are the tribes they are the Northern Kingdom, and our so-called Hispanic brothers and sisters, and our First Nation brothers and sisters, and Black men here in America, in the West Indian Islands, man, in the Isle of Espanol. We are the Jews. We are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. These 12 tribes, man, that is our heritage. That is our nationality. And we need to understand that we have been lied to. One of the biggest things I realized, though, in the midst of all this protesting, because another thing that our people naturally do is go back to the basic instinct of, well, let's go out there and march and protest for the oppressor, for maybe he can love us. I saw something earlier today which really befuddled me. On the same day where Breonna Taylor's murderers were found not guilty and not going to be indicted, was the same day that Emmett Till's murderers weren't indicted. That's not a coincidence. That happened, in the 40s with Emmett Till? And this is 2020, you know what I mean, with Breonna Taylor? It just goes to show you, man, that the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. And there is no trying to seek peace with him. The scriptures say, do not seek to have peace with them. The scriptures also say that who can make straight which I have made crooked, and the oppressor is a crooked bastard, man. And it's time for us to come back to what the Lord told us to do, to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments, establish brotherhood with our own people, and importantly, man, and know who the hell we are and understand our history. We have a glorious heritage and culture and history, and it's right here in the Bible. For far too long, man, we have been lied to. This book has been sitting on every countertop in every Black and Hispanic home collecting dust. But the entire time, the Bible has held our records. The Lord preserved our records. For far too long, the oppressor has been lying to us, man. Lying to us, telling us, that, oh, you're just niggers, you're just spicks, that you're just savages, when we're the greatest people on this goddamn earth, man. And they cannot stand us. They cannot stand us, man. It really bothers the oppressor and these other nations. Now it's time for us to do what the Lord said to do. And the Lord told us to be separate. The fact that our people are still out here marching right now in Philadelphia as I speak, even all across the United States, our people are protesting the loss of our sister, Breonna Taylor. Now, I have to ask Israel, what has protesting done for us? What has it done? We've been doing it since, the 40s, the 50s, the 60s? Come on now. Don't you see that does not work? We are the only people that they try to employ that we need the oppressor to succeed in this society. How do you think the Chinese man got Chinatown? Did the Chinese man get Chinatown by voting? By relying on the oppressor? Did the Arabs do that? Do the East Indians do that? No. They come over here and they're separate from the oppressor. We're the only people that they come to. They come to us, Black man and Hispanic man and woman, and tell us, well, vote or die. I saw a T-shirt. They making T-shirts now I buy saying, vote or die. Well, goddamn, we already dying. Just look at Breonna Taylor. She's dead. Ahmaud Arbery is dead. George Floyd is dead. Ramon Lopez, Vanessa Gilligan, Philando Castillo, they're dead. We die each and every day, and guess what? I bet you all of them were registered voters. All of them, believed in America. And you see what believing in America gets you and wanting to be with these people? You see what that gets us? It gets a food. It gets a knee on our necks. It gets us just laying down next to our spouse in our home, minding our own business in the middle of the night, and the oppressor comes and murders you. And not only does the oppressor comes and murders us, he gets charged, right? Like wanted endangerment. He got charged for the bullets that he missed, which means he's being charged because he didn't kill the brother, her husband. That's what she's getting charged for. Meanwhile, our sister is already dead. Man, the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. He is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Real quick, hold that, young man Adam. Give me Zechariah 11 and verse 5. And here's the thing. That's not an uncommon thing here in America. It's not uncommon. You want to know what George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Vanessa Gillian, and Breonna Taylor, and our First Nation brothers and sisters, and our Hispanic Mexican brothers and sisters of the tribe of Isupk at the border all have in common? It's one thing. It's one thing that the oppressor does to us, man, and they don't hold themselves accountable. And guess what? That's in the very Bible. Do you think they hold themselves accountable for what they do to us? They don't. That's why we're out here marching. That's why we're out here marching. Didn't we learn anything from what happened with George Floyd? You think that the oppressor is just going to wake up one day and say, well, maybe I should stop killing them. Maybe I should stop murdering the Lord's chosen people. No, he's not going to wake up and suddenly stop. It's in his DNA. The scriptures say that Esau will live by the sword, man, and he lives by the sword, and he shows it. You can ask our First Nation brothers and sisters. You can ask our brothers and sisters of the tribe of Issachar, the Mexicans, man. You can ask us. They murder us each and every day, and this is what they do. Get what I asked right about.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 11 and verse 5. Mm-hmm. Whose possessors slay them?
Whose possessors slay them? Our people are so foolish right now that they really believe that we are not still in the possession of our oppressor. We are still in the land of our captivity. We were taken over on cargo slave ships, black man and Hispanic man and woman. And guess what? We are still in the land of our captivity. It says, whose possessors slay us. When they came over here, when the conquistador came over here, he committed mass genocide against the Taino Indian, our brothers and sisters of the tribe of Ephraim and the tribe of Gad. The tribe of Ra'alaban, Reuben, and Gad, you can forget about it. You can forget about it. Our brothers and sisters' reservations right now are being plagued to this day by the oppressor. You can forget about what they do to our Mexican brothers and sisters at the border. It says whose possessors slay them. And it's right here in the Bible. Your pastor is not going to go over that. He's not. He's not. And it's right here. That's why the scriptures say, woe be unto the pastors, man. It says whose possessors slay them. Read it again from the top.
Oh, God. This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 11, and verse 5. Whose possessors slay them, and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich. And their own shepherds pity them not.
Read it again from the top like God. That's heavy.
Oh God. Whose possessors slay them.
It says whose possessors slay them. Read on.
And hold themselves not guilty.
The murderers of Breonna Taylor do what?
Hold themselves not guilty.
The murderers of George Floyd do what?
Hold themselves not guilty.
The oppressors that came over here that stole this land from our brothers and sisters, man, of the northern kingdom, they do what?
Hold themselves not guilty.
They hold themselves not guilty. Not guilty. Whatsoever.
Right.
They hold themselves not guilty. They came to our sister's home, man. Murdered her in cold blood while she slept. They did the same thing to Fred Hampton back during the 60s. This is not a new tactic that the oppressor does, coming in and getting you while you're sleeping. I forget the name of that sister. Wasn't Sandra Bland home too? I said, what? Wasn't she at home? Wasn't she the one that was at home chilling with her mom?
Nah, it was the one in Texas, I think.
The one in Texas?
Yeah, Sandra Bland, I think she got pulled over and arrested. And they
Right.
put her in jail.
Oh, damn. See? And they hold themselves not guilty for that too.
Right.
I know it was another sister in Canada, I buy that the oppressors in Canada, they came in there, bang, knocked the door down, and then threw our sister out of the window when she fell to her death. And they, said, well, she attacked us. She was resisting. Like resisting arrest warrants you to throw her out of a 12-story goddamn building, man.
Right.
It just goes to show you, man, that they are an evil, wicked people. And for far too long, we have been giving our love to them. How about give our love to each other, man? Black man, Hispanic man, First Nation man, and woman. Like it or not, we are all we have. We are all we have. For real. Outside of the Most High in Christ, that's what we got. The Lord chose us. And then which is so heavy in the Lord choosing us, these other nations know that and they envy us for it. We're too busy trying to have equality with them, but there's no equality. Read it again from top.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 11 and verse 5. Whose possessors slay them, and hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them say, Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. Verse 6. For I will no more pity the inhabitants of the land.
That's enough on that. Man, give me Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Here's the thing. Our people right now need to understand that marching is not going to help us. Striving for equality with these devils, with these other nations, is not going to help us. You can go out there and strive and beg all you want. I remember when Kiki Palmer went out there when the National Guard was out there, and she was begging that oppressor to march down the street with her. And it was the saddest thing I saw that day, to see how fallen we have fell as a people, not realizing, man, that the Lord does not want us to be around these other nations, to be striving to have peace with them, to be all kumbaya. If you notice, right? If you notice, how many of all the protests that's going on, and this is for everybody that's so-called conscious, that loves African people, that love Egypt, that love, African, spirituality. Have y'all seen Africans out there protesting along with y'all? And that's not even just to Breonna Taylor. I want you to think back. Think back to Rodney King. Think back, with Trayvon Martin and Tamir Rice. Think back to Emmett Till. They don't come out there and support us. Why? Because they can't stand us. And there's a consensus that we are the same people with them, and we are not. We're not African. We're not African. You're not the original man. You're not the... what other things that these silly Negroes call themselves? You're not Egyptian. Not Kemet, not Ethiopian. We're the Israelites that the Bible speaks of, man. And we have a God, and we need to do what the Lord said to do. And here's one of the things that the Lord told us, man. The Lord told us that we should be separate from these other nations. I'm gonna go to that right now. Yo, man, Adam, you got what I asked for?
Yeah.
Read.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
For thou art and a holy people.
For it says, for thou art a holy people, that we are a separate people. Holy meaning separate. We are a separate people. We need to be separate from the so-called African. We need to be separate from the oppressor. We need to be separate from the Arab. Why our people decide to put on that dress and serve the God of the Arabs befuddles me. Why you decide to go to serve, the God of the same people, that oppressed us. You sitting over here wearing all the ankhs, wearing all the dresses, talk about Amun-Ra, this type of different African God, not realizing that the Africans put us in captivity first. Right. We need to be separate from these other nations. It says, for thou art a holy people, meaning a separate people. Read on.
Unto the Lord thy God.
Unto the Lord thy God. We are separate unto the Lord. It means we are separate. Black man, Hispanic man, First Nation man, and woman. Read on.
The Lord thy God hath chose thee
Chosen thee.
to be a special people
Read on.
unto himself.
Unto himself. The Lord chose us to be a special people unto himself. Now, and understand that we understood this, right? That the Lord chose us to be a special people unto himself. There would be no need to go and want to march and beg the oppressor to say, notice me, stop killing me. You would know that we need to be separate from them. There was a time in history where we were. They talk about remember 9/11, remember the Alamo, remember everything that happened to the oppressor, remember the Holocaust. But we need to remember when we were separate. We need to remember the Most High God. We need to remember our King, Yahweh Shah Mashiach. We need to remember Jerusalem. We need to remember those things, man. We need to remember the time that we had when we were separate from the oppressor. Even, back, just a few years ago, it's about 20 years ago. Remember what happened to our people on Osage Avenue out here in West Philadelphia, where the oppressors over here in Philadelphia came here and firebombed our communities. But they stressed that we need to remember and we need to hone and just feel remorse for what happens to their people when they don't give a damn about what happens to the Lord's chosen people. This is why the Most High God is telling us that we are special. And if we understood just how special we are, we would feel no need to seek the approval of the oppressor, of the Africans, of the Arabs, of the Chinese, of the Japanese, and etc. Imagine if you looked at the fellow Black and Hispanic man and woman as special. You wouldn't feel the need, man, to sell drugs to your brother and sister because you would understand that your brother and sister is precious to you. We are special. You wouldn't want to abort that baby, sister. You wouldn't want to be a whore that the media wants you to be. And with that being said, I'm going to pass the class off to Priest and Captain of 13,000 Spartan.
Wow, that's absolutely right, huh? That's absolutely right. Man, oh man. I said times like this was gonna come, huh? You know what I mean? Absolutely. Pull up a couple of I want you to pull up the 911 call. I want you to pull up the lawyer. I think I got the lawyer, what he said in an interview on this Breonna Taylor. We're gonna tap on this Breonna Taylor. I toss away what I was gonna go into tonight and try to hit up on this because man, it's a sad day. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. And the realization is that we can't expect you can't look for justice in this place, man. Somebody look up justice. Somebody look up the definition of justice. You can't expect that in this place, man. If you're looking for justice in this place, you're a fool, man. You're looking for justice in a place where they enslaved you and they profit off of their slavery of you. It's insane, man. And I can't hate white people enough. I mean, my enemies enough. The people that, that destroy and plot and kill blacks and Hispanics. But God dang, man, I got to say, black people, we are in a love relationship with this white man. This is insane, man, that we still, look, they say they done killed the sister and found all the people, the police innocent for murdering that sister, and then they talking about vote. They gonna come in your face talking about vote. All their holidays they're gonna want to celebrate. And guess what? Blacks and Hispanics gonna celebrate. Halloween coming up, so-called Halloween. They're gonna celebrate these holidays. You gotta be an honorable person if you expect, justice. You can't be an immoral person and expect to get justice. That's insanity. You know what I mean? And from this man who does not even comprehend the term justice, except when it comes from another white person. Yeah, he have compassion on his own. He would never do the things he do to you to another one of his own. You understand? That's why we put our heavy about the cross. He wouldn't put no Roman on no cross. but you go in there easily. You the one they look at as being the one that needs to be, the one that's hunted. We're gonna go into how they hunt that. I mean, they were such snakes going up in there. I mean, it's just crazy, man. I'm at my wit's end. I'm thinking every time something like this happens, I think, do blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans now are we going to finally get together? Is this what's going to be the incident that puts us together, or are we going to look at this incident, toss it aside, and be American and hate each other, and have that type of mindset? Because if that's the case, man, we're going to expect a lot more of this. You're going to have to look forward to a lot more of this, man. It was heinous what they did to the sister. I can't even. I mean, it's ridiculous. Who would go up into another man's dwelling place and murder the people inside without even having no evidence or anything about what's going on? Go ahead.
If I could, I remember like years back, I was like, no, not warrant don't make sense because if I don't know you come, I'm about to shoot at you. Like, I don't know, like even for them to put themselves in that position, it's not something that you should. If you know somebody did something and you know where they at, why don't you just go get them when you're supposed to go get them?
Exactly.
Waking them up out of their sleep or coming in the middle of the night. I'm assuming somebody trying to rob my house.
Right.
Actually, she in there sleeping. So
because
that's even worse. You just been in there shooting.
Because these are such devils, man.
Right.
That no not warrant thing was meant for blacks and Hispanics.
Right.
It ain't meant for his people. You want to be able to come up in your house and be able to kick it in and do what the hell he want to do. Kill you, murder you, your kids, whatever. This is insane, man. This is insanity. And you better get your mind right on what's going on immediately. Because our minds is like, okay, what's going on is wrong, but we got to go and elect the right president. What's going on is wrong, but I'm going to have Thanksgiving dinner. What's going on is wrong, but I'm going to church. I'm going to work. You can't be, that's not going to solve anything. That's going to make you, that's like, have you ever seen, okay, I'll give you the mindset of it. Our leaders, you just read the scripture about the leaders, right? Well, first of all, let me salute the brothers and the Yahweh Isupk, to the sisters, Yahweh Shemala Thumb, Ba'asiyah Washai. Thursday night class, y'all know how we do. We need to have the phones open, boy. We need to have what we need to have on this, man. Because everybody's mind, and black, if you're a black, Hispanic, and Native American, and you see this happen, and it has no effect on you, there's something wrong with you. Right. You are psychologically damaged. Know that. And the white man, he knows how to. I can't even. Your subconscious fears white people. That's what's going on. Down in your subconscious, that's why that slave was heavy during slavery. How they would the things they would do to us, the atrocities, because deep down in your subconscious mind is how all your life plays on as far as dealing with this man and this captivity. And your subconscious mind, that you can take your woman for instance. I mean, I'm not going to go into that too deep tonight, but that's how we live. Like you got to really go to war with your mind, man, and get it back on the track. Go ahead. What somebody had their hand up? Go ahead.
Definition of justice.
Oh yeah, please read that. Is it a good one? Let me see if it's a good one. I had a good one, but I couldn't. It's in my email somewhere. I think I saved it. Go ahead.
This is the Merriam-Webster's Dictionary. Justice, number 1. The maintenance or administration of what is just, especially by the impartial adjustment of conflicting claims or the assignment of merited rewards or punishment.
Okay, stop. What is he saying right there? What does that mean? Read it one more time, nice and slow and clear.
Okay. The maintenance or administration of what is just, especially by the impartial adjustment of conflicting claims.
Okay, now, what is he saying right there in that little part? In order, you got claims. This person claiming this person claiming this. What you're going to have to do is not be partial when you bring in your justice. When you listen, if you're a judge, you can't be partial to this person because they didn't pay, they donated such and such to your organization. Or you can't be partial to this person because you know their family or whatever. You got to hear the evidence and come to a just decision. All that other stuff do not play in pure injustice. Read on.
Okay.
That's a lot of people do that. You know, I'm saying that because we live our life not understanding that. You might be partial. Your boy get it. For example, your boy get an entourage. Your boy get in trouble. You already on his side. You taking his side, not understanding the crime that he done committed, or the way he thinking is not just. You think because that's your boy, you got to always side with him. Or I'm just using that for an example, but you can just take it wherever. Your woman. You think your mama, because that's mama. Mama ain't gonna tell me wrong. So I got to always side with mama whenever something comes up. No, you're gonna have to be just. You're like, well, mama, I think that was a little, you gonna respect, of course. But I think that wasn't right what you did. I mean, or what you see. I mean, that wasn't right. You know what I mean? For somebody to read on. Let's read on.
Okay. Or the assignment of merited rewards or punishment.
So now, person just is going to give you reward for being just or being punishment for being wicked. Read on. Anything else?
That was it for number one.
Read number two. I think is it on this one? I got a good definition of justice. I can't find it.
Number two.
It said I think the definition I had was justice is administered to bring peace, and that's true, boy. That's our king. He administered. He's the king of peace. Justice is administered to bring peace. When Christ comes, justice is really going to be administered, man. But right now in your mind, you're going to have that type of the outlook that Christ would have if he was walking this earth. What kind of would he join this place? Would he seek out his own mind, or would he do what the Lord wants? We servants of Christ, right? All right then. Go ahead. What you going to read? Got some more?
1B, judge. 1C, the administration of law. 2A,
administration of law. Okay.
the quality of being just, impartial, or fair.
I don't think this is the one I'm looking for, but it's the one. You can drop that.
Okay.
Then we got the video. I want to play. I want you to hear. Hold on, let me see what we got the lawyer one, but I want you to hear this one. This 911 call, brother. This is going to affect this brother for the rest of his life, man. This is going to affect this brother for the rest of his life, and I'm gonna tell you something else. Let's play this.
Calling the 911 call, sir.
Yeah, did you get it?
The audio, I think I found it. So I'm gonna play it down.
All right.
Just two of them.
I want you to hear the brother on the call, because right here, This brother, now think about the trauma that this brother going through, watching his woman laying in a pool of blood, dead before him. You know what I'm saying? Which is heinous in itself, man. I can't even explain. You know what I mean? But let's go ahead and play the call.
911 operator Harris, what is your emergency?
I don't know what's happening. Somebody kicked in the door inside my girlfriend.
Okay, where are you located?
I'm at 3003 Springfield Drive, apartment 4.
3003 Springfield Drive, apartment number 4.
Yes. Oh my God.
Okay, how old is your girlfriend?
She's 26.
You said 26, where was she shot at?
I don't know. She's on the grill right now. I don't know.
Okay. You said she's 26, is she alert and able to talk to you?
No, she's not. Breathe.
Okay, and you said you're in apartment number 4?
Hell, oh my God, yes,
What's your name, sir?
oh my name
You said Carol. And you said she's 26? Okay, you said 3003 Springfield Drive, apartment number 4?
Yes,
Okay. Can you check and see where she's been shot at? Okay. Is she alert and able to talk to you?
no, breathe.
That's it.
There's more.
Okay, go ahead. Is it okay?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Can you get her turned over on her back? I'll get her and see where she's shot at.
Oh my God. I gotta go.
Kenneth, can you hear me?
Cut it right there. Like that brother is right at that point suffering something horrendous, man. Like that mind of somebody that's dear to you, that's that's right before you, and that tragedy that happened, boy, it can cause you to, it can cause your mind to, to flip, man.
Right.
You can go insane over something like that. You know what I mean? It can have that type of traumatic effect. You know what I mean? And that's what, let me tell you something. That's what this place counts on. I'm gonna tell you, man. I'm gonna say what I want to say. He been always trying to play psychologically on our minds, man. That's the time of slavery. This white man knows exactly what he's doing. He knows why he going up in there killing what he killing, and what kind of effect it's going to have on our people, man. You understand? I ain't gonna go too much. I ain't gonna say that. But they study you. You understand? They study how you think. They study what to do in order to get this certain response out of you. You understand? And for you not to respond that way, it got to be it's of the Lord. It's the only way a person would not want to get revenge after something like that. It's got to be the Lord. It's got to be the Lord, because any man would want to take up arms and go at these people, and which will get, what I'm saying, like, what I mean, because to protect their man. You understand? But the Lord, you know, coming and changing your life and becoming something new, so that then we can do what when Christ returns, this place can be obliterated, man. You know what I mean? And our people can stand in righteousness before the Lord. So where we gonna go? Where we going with this? Go ahead, you got it.
If I could, with the psychological part of it, it's like our people don't understand. Like when we go outside and we teach them, that's really what we fight against. Like, we fight against the conditioning, the heavy, brutal conditioning that they don't even understand. Like you're not even supposed to be here.
Yeah.
If you loving white people, you wouldn't do it if you didn't go into slavery. Nobody else loved white people as much as we do, unless they had to bend the knee to white people because they got conquered. That's
Right.
not normal. Like the other nations, they stay together. We capitulate or we hand ourselves over to them like whatever is whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it don't even make sense. So when we go out and we at camp and we talk to people, they don't even understand. We're trying to tell you something that's so embedded in your mind you can't even understand. Like, it's crazy. Like a lot of our people is already checked out. Like, they didn't already checked out. They have to decide, I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to do this.
Right.
Do that. You know what I'm saying?
This is what life is all about.
Right. So when we raise them out of the dust, it's like that's really what it is. You take them out of that psychological state. Because before I came in here, life didn't make sense.
Right.
A lot of it didn't make sense. When I came in here, it started making perfect sense. These who these people are, these who my people are, and this what happened. That's
I was talking, that you just reminded me of something. I was talking to the brother the other day, and he was like, man, I didn't realize how deep black people love white people until I came into the truth. I didn't realize the love affair we had with white people until the truth kind of like opened the shingles off my eyes, and now I see like we got a real serious problem, man. We got the problem with loving. Imagine you here's lions. Here we are, we sheep, right? And the lions want to attack this pride of sheep. I'm using sheep, whatever. Want to attack this pride of sheep. But he don't want to look like a monster to you. What is he going to do? What the lion going to do? He going to befriend the sheep that are in charge and have them send you to the lion. He going to be like, man, you know, I'm going to put you up here. You're going to have this and that. And then the ones in charge will be like, okay, we need to join. We need to go vote. You need to go and do this and that. And they're going to send you to them. So now you got this, you continuously in this love affair with white society and the things that they promote. And then when something happens, you can't understand why you can't get justice. You can't understand. Did you find the article on it? Not the article. What did I call for?
Yeah, you just asked for the 911 call.
Yeah, 911 call and something at the lawyer. Let me see if I can find it. Somebody give me that scripture. We might go into the Joshua. I was not going to Joshua, but go ahead and we can put the sister's picture up on the screen if you could. Let's get this class, rolling right. Anybody got any questions or anything before I go deep into it? No questions? Y'all scholars on the scriptures? Anybody online got any questions?
No questions online.
No questions online yet? Let's type it right on there. Let's get to it. Y'all know, okay. I'm going to talk a little bit about this because this is on my mind. I got to get it off my mind, man. I got to get everything that I heard about out of my mind. So I won't be angry as hell, man. I got to talk about it. Go ahead.
Before I came in here,
Uh-huh.
they were protesting out there.
Who?
Out there, I see my street.
Oh, 69th Street, they had the protest. Yeah. But see, it's a horrible situation, man. It's a situation we got ourselves into, and there's no wisdom except in this school. on what to do in these days, man. What to do in these times. Where does it say? Oh man, where's the scripture in the last days? Wisdom shall be paraphrasing. But the scriptures talk about that, meaning we're gonna be looking to each other, or have organizations backed by white people that kind of lead us on what we supposed to be, what we should be doing. How you gonna have a lesbian organization when Christ said, "Get the mold out"? See, they ain't even in the truth. They off by doing that. But here's an organization funded by white people, led by lesbians, and black people following them. It's because the Lord said the people that's going to lead us astray. We think we're accomplishing something by joining these organizations, when in fact we being led to the slaughter, man. You know what I mean? We got to do what the Lord say. You can't go into your own mind and try to figure this out, because you ain't going. How the hell you gonna think your mind greater than the Lord when He created the nations and you and everything else? So you gonna think your mind greater than the Most High? You gonna figure it out when you can't even figure out how the hair grew out your dang head, or where sight come from, or things like that.
Right.
You ought to rely on the Lord, man. You ought to rely on the Lord and stop being so goddamn prideful, which is another thing our people are. Let me see if I can find that. Any questions? So I want to get that lawyer. I didn't send you the video, did I?
Oh, lies.
My goodness, I ain't got that. I sent it. Let me just hold on one second. Give me one. Bear with me a minute, and I'm gonna try to pull it up. One thing I find real ironic in this whole thing is they came up in the sisters in the crib and said they announced themselves. Didn't they say they announced themselves or something like that? They said they announced themselves saying, "We the police," when it was a no knock warrant. Now that don't make no sense, man. Let me just get this. Go into this a little bit. Then we're going.
It's not this one, is it?
Huh?
It's not that one, is it?
No, it might be.
It's the top, with the devil up top.
No, this is a brother, I believe.
Oh,
It's a lawyer. But is that a good one? We can put that one up. It was good. You see that?
No, I haven't seen it. Oh,
It's lucky.
is it that one?
Huh? Yeah, that's it.
Color.
That's it. The first one.
Color.
Yeah, that's it. Why you getting that? Okay. Somebody give me a scripture on this. Give me a scripture on this, y'all. I'm gonna test that head. What y'all gonna pull on this on Brianna? Somebody, if you had to go into the scriptures and pull a scripture, what scripture would you pull? Go ahead.
They on our steps?
They hunt our steps is a good one. Give me another one.
Lamentations 4:17 through 18.
That's the same one, isn't it?
Lies. That's Zechariah 11:5.
11:5.
4:17 through 18.
There's the one that says, pull it for me. Let's read it. Pull at Zechariah too. They hunt our steps. I mean, there was the one was they. Oh man, talking about hatred. Yeah, I hate.
hold themselves not guilty.
So they hold themselves not guilty.
Come on, Lamentations is
That's a good one though. Pull that 11:5 one.
come on.
Lamentations 4:16.
Come
That's a
on.
good one, but I can't remember what exactly.
Come on, go ahead.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 16. The anger of the Lord hath divided them. He hath no more regard them. They have respected not the persons of the priests.
You see that? They don't have no respect for our people, man. They don't respect the heads. They don't respect the people living on the bottom. They don't give a damn. We're going to read on.
Come, they favored not the elders.
You going.
As for our eyes have yet failed for our vain help.
For our vain help, meaning the help. You looking for help in your situation, and you looking in vain. That's another one to lean to Egypt. You know, lean on Egypt. Yeah, but it's in vain. They ain't gonna help you. They got you in captivity. They got you living on the bottom underneath them. You understand? They looking to put you. They think you getting too boisterous or whatever. So they looking to try to, make you remember what's going on, who's what. Read on.
Come. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
You watching like you gonna vote, and then you gonna wait for some old white man to get in the White House and try to help you out. That's ridiculous, man. Why don't you help yourself out, man? Why don't you change the damn ways, man? We become a family. And then we ain't gotta worry about white people. All the rest of the nations done it. They do it.
Right.
They care about each other. They don't give a damn about voting. When you think you gonna vote and have somebody else help you, but that's the easy way out. You ain't gotta do nothing. You ain't gotta change it. Every 4 years you look and see who's gonna help you. Or can the mayor help? Can this and this? We're gonna get this out of check, or we're gonna get this. No, man. That's the easy way out.
Right.
Looking for somebody else to do it while you don't do nothing. Go ahead. You got your hand up?
When you bring it out was so heavy, so like I've seen a couple brothers and sisters on social media, they rocking t-shirts saying vote or die. And I'm like, well, we already done.
That's an old one. Vote or die. That's crazy right there. To make that, to even say vote or die.
Right.
We dying because we vote. You know what I mean? That's why we dying. Go ahead.
I got to ask a question.
Go ahead.
Baruch 4:25.
Baruch 4:25?
4:25, yeah.
What about it?
I got one. It's question.
Okay. Go ahead and read it.
My children suffer patiently the web that is come upon you from God.
Oh boy, you hear that? That's good. My children suffer because of the wrath of the Lord. Read on.
For then enemies had persecuted
Persecute.
Huh?
Persecute.
I persecute.
Take your time.
I persecute these, but shortly thou shalt see his deception.
This is what? Destruction. Meaning the enemies have persecuted you, and you're going to see the destruction of your enemies, man.
Mm-hmm.
Wait just a little while, man.
Right.
But in that wait, man, clean yourself up coming to the school.
Right.
Get yourself right, man. So it's gonna be that much sweeter. But how you gonna call for justice and you wicked as hell? You out there marching for justice. We want justice. No justice, no peace. Meaning from justice comes peace. You understand? And here you is wicked. You ain't got no justice you ain't got no peace in your life because of the things you weren't just about against the Lord. You look at the Lord's counsel and his ways as being wicked. Meanwhile, you search out your way. And in searching out your way, is why you get, like, you can't blame me for the position you in. I didn't make the decisions in your life. I didn't make the decision about who you was, who you was hoeing out with and all the drugs you done smoked. You made that decision. Can't nobody say, I blame you for, or how you gonna blame the Lord for all your atrocities? That's insane. You know that. You the one got yourself in this condition.
Right.
Okay, who had their hand up? Go ahead.
If I could too, if they were they went to the wrong house, right? They went to the wrong house.
I believe they did go to, no, I believe they had the warrant for that house, but the guy, I don't know, was it the right house? The guy wasn't there. He didn't live there no more. I think he was locked. As a matter of fact, I think he was locked up. Go ahead.
Which is so heavy about like that story, sir. Like they came to get, her former, husband, boyfriend.
Yeah.
And the cops got charged with like wanton endangerment. Like you look that up. He got charged. That devil got charged for the bullets that he missed.
I was gonna go into that. Yeah. That devil got charged for the bullets that went into that white apartment. Meaning, okay, when they shot, there was one devil that just shot randomly. When he shot, a lot, the ones in the endangerment charge he got was the bullets that went into that white endangered them. But there was a bullet that went into one of them black apartments. He didn't get charged for that. Which shows you, man, these white people, there's a bullet that went into there's a black people live upstairs, and a bullet went into their apartment. He didn't get charged for nothing with the black people who live upstairs. He got charged for endangering their white neighbors because the bullet went to the walls there. Which shows you, man, this white man, he does not consider justice for you. He can't see the things you go through. He can't see your cries, man. He can't see, it's something, he's blind to you. He can only see his own. He has no compassion for you. Go ahead, who had the hand? Somebody had the hand? Go ahead.
If I could, what I was gonna say, concerning what you were
Anything
saying,
online? Go ahead. Go ahead.
concerning what you were saying about us being wicked, it's like I remember a while back, you know what I'm saying? People was like, or Jim Mahoney was teaching, he was talking about how like other people getting hit outside that wasn't supposed to get hit and you crying about it, that's your fault too if you was out there doing evil. So it's like the evil that we do bring that type of pressure on us to have the police even after us. Just like when we beef with each other and kids and women and other people that's not involved get shot, it's like we got to clean up our own situation where like it'd be like, I always say, well, black people don't sell drugs. So who you serving the warrant to? Like it wouldn't even make sense if we was in our right.
If we was right,
you know
exactly. Give him a hand. Give him a hand on that. It wouldn't make sense to come up and out of the hood talking about, so what are you talking about? We don't do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? You get stopped at the gate, and you will see all. Let me just say this: if we came out of the mindset of what this place teaches us, all the evil of this place, you would see the evil of this place.
Right.
You would see why drugs is a bad thing for you to get involved in. You will see why you can't make your women into whores.
Right.
You will see why abortion is evil. You will see why you shouldn't vote. Imagine you in your separate kingdom and they telling you, look, there's a white kingdom over here that wants you to go over here and vote in it. I'm like, man, what the hell am I going to vote for? I got this is my kingdom here. It look like something ridiculous to you because why? You outside of that kingdom. But you keep joining the kingdom, you can't see it. You can't see the forest through the trees. That's a true statement. You got to get outside the forest to be able to look down and see the forest. You be like, oh, there's the forest. Look at all the trees. But if you amongst the trees in the forest, you're going to be like, how big is this forest? I wonder where this forest is. You can't see the forest through the trees. You follow what I'm saying? Go ahead. You had your hand
I
up?
was going to say, what you just brought out was so heavy, sir. I was going to go into this, a little bit of it. I was going to start to. When you triggered it. Even back then, sir, in our history, when we were in charge, David went down into Edom because he heard, you know what I mean, that the Edomites were trying to set a king up over them.
Right.
And he went down there and put a stop to that.
Right. Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah, that was a good one. And I tell you another thing I was reading about David when Saul got killed, and the brother came back with that report. David was, even though Saul had been like that, David was a true brother, man. He lamented that because he's like, you, and then he told him, you got the nerve to put your hand on the anointed of the Lord?
Right.
Put him to death. You understand? That's another thing I was going to go into with this other thing, but I'm going to leave that alone a little bit. All right, where we at? Let's play this this clip. We got this clip right here. Let's throw these scriptures together. But I meant to say that brother, the brother that saw that murder before him, well, that's going to haunt him for the rest of his life. If you don't, you know what I mean, coming to the truth and get the right counsel and you know, that's what we, you know, that's in other words, what I'm trying to say is that's the same thing that happened to us, and maybe not to that drastic of, you know, not seeing it before us, one of our loved ones, but we coming out the world and our mind is getting healed from the things that happened in the world. Like you was in a war. Your mind's getting healed in here. Now you starting to understand, and now your mind's starting to get right. Well, that's what we need, and that's what brothers and sisters need. Don't even understand it. Go ahead, hit this for me.
Representing Breonna Taylor's family.
No, you got the camera.
Good morning, Mr. Crump. You said a week ago that at a minimum, the 3 officers should be charged with second-degree manslaughter. What do you make of the Kentucky Attorney General's explanation as to why none of them were charged?
None of them.
With Breonna Taylor's death.
Breonna Taylor's family, as do me and my co-counsels, Lanita Bacon and Sam Aguiar, we think it's just outrageous. It's offensive. We're still trying to figure out what evidence did Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron present to that grand jury. Did he present any evidence on behalf of Breonna Taylor? Because if he didn't, he unilaterally decided that he was going to exonerate these police officers and that Breonna would never get due process, that she would never get justice.
Stop.
And so we are demanding.
I tell you what we just read about justice. Unilaterally, he said one way. He had a one-way mind when he went to go present this evidence. He didn't have, he couldn't, in other words, he was sided with the officers from the jump. Meaning he was presenting evidence to defend his officers. That ain't justice. Because, go ahead.
If I could, too. That's another thing I be doing. All these lawyers and these police and everybody, they all cool, they all know each other. They hang out.
Of course they do.
They're not going to lock them up.
Right. Of course they do. All of them know each other. They're all in this together. I'm going to tell you, that warrant was issued because they was looking for a fight. I'm not going to see you going to come to somebody's house at 12 o'clock at night with a no-knock warrant. You looking for a fight. Don't come to my damn house when at 12 o'clock at night looking with no-knock warrant, and I don't think you some intruder. What man going to do that? So you actually looking for a fight, and then you on, I mean, go ahead.
Come on, concerts.
Nah, go ahead. Nah, what you bringing out was heavy.
So heavy because if you bust my door open, dogs gonna start barking.
You know what I mean?
You gonna have to shoot. You gonna have to come and shoot.
You got to come and shoot.
Get you as soon as you come out.
Right.
He looking like who ever busted the door. It's America. We supposed to be able to protect us. So
that's right.
Serving a warrant is different. Like it don't make no sense.
Right.
It makes 0 sense to serve a no-knock warrant when you're supposed to have the right to protect yourself.
That's right. And here's the spiritual thing. They have built a wall around their community. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like the kingdom of heaven. I talk about this for so much. Our kingdom is going to be, it's for us. The kingdom of heaven is for us, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That wall going to be so tight, nobody else is going to be able to get into our kingdom, if you follow what I'm saying. The white man has put a wall around his kingdom so that you will not be able to get in. What I mean by that, they'll give justice to that white couple, that white neighbor. They got the bullets in the wall. Brianna won't get justice, nor the black family that lives upstairs will not get justice. Because why? That wall that's built around their community. They got a spiritual wall up. Go ahead, let's finish up this real quick.
And then that he released that transcript so we can see if there was any evidence. Did Brianna have any voice in that grand jury proceeding?
The Attorney General spoke to Breonna Taylor's family yesterday, did he not? What did he say?
He spoke to them about 10 minutes before everything was released to the public, and he did not go into the nuance. They were not told that the wanton endangerment charges were for the white neighbor's apartment and not for Brianna's apartment. Did not tell them that there were no charges for the bullets going into Brianna's body. Did not tell them that the black neighbors that had bullets go into their apartment did not have any wanton endangerment charges. So it really underscores the fact that there just seems to be two justice systems in America, one for white America and one for black America. And this was shown yet again in this grave miscarriage of justice. Just grave miscarriage of injustice.
Okay. Stop. Pause there for a second. You see what I'm saying? To that wall, he just mentioned about the black neighbors ain't getting no justice. Right. The white neighbors did, and Brianna didn't get no justice. This is a hypocritical system, man. This is a disgusting system that cannot, give you justice, man. It cannot give you justice. It cannot say that you are a man. It gotta say you 3/5 of a man. You know what I mean? They got to treat you like an animal. They got to buy and sell you like cattle. You understand? They got to always have you begging and on the bottom and destroying you. Can you believe the drugs that destroyed our families? I don't know if y'all understand the magnitude of how that crap wiped us the hell out the water. Right. That crap wiped us out, man, families. Destroyed families and brothers and sisters and relationships and all kinds of things. And the white people did not apologize nor make reparations. They didn't do anything. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps after we done wiped you out. And now you expect it now, and then they hold you to every, you would think once that crack hit and the white people got, they didn't destroy us like that. They'd be like, okay, black people, we're going to wipe the slate clean. You don't owe us anything. You know what I mean? No, they didn't do that, did they? They charging you on every goddamn thing that they can possibly do. They making up laws to keep you imprisoned and wiped out. Go ahead. You want to say something? Go ahead.
I was going to say, instead of trying to make it right, they want to keep you in jail and build more prisons for you.
Sure.
They done rang up like white people smoking in a different form than you, and you get more time than them. Like they made sure that they shut us down. If I could, I'd be telling them when I be talking to people, I'm like the drug era, kind of reset us again, fresh off of slavery. Except we don't have no skills now. Everything is reverted back to where now we looking up the drug dealers and the wrong type of stuff. Our morals are just destroyed.
Right, absolutely, man. Yeah. And we looking at the people that sided with the white man, like the leaders,
Right.
that led us down to the lion so he can devour us. We looking at them like they are, you know, they done made it. They got a good life. They living good. When those are, it's scum of the earth, man. They are just scum. They don't deserve to be called leaders, man. They don't give a damn about you and I. That's why the white man love to use them. I'll tell you another thing. I remember the song back, if I could, I'm a ramble. Back in the day, 50 Cent used to say, yeah, all the white people, little boys come to our concerts and all that. Even Tupac said that. What's that song he had when now you hear me or something. I can't think of the lyrics of the damn thing. He said when they don't give a damn about us, but once their kids listen to my music, now they give a damn about us and all that. Meaning, white people are all on the same agenda. They listening to your music because you are helping them destroy your people. That's why they come to your concerts and big up you and think you great. Because you are pushing the destruction of your people. They know what they got to back. You the one sitting here thinking, you know, all this is, they sincerely see something in you or whatever. No, they back their kingdom. And whatever's going to help them win, they back it. And drug dealers help them win. That's why, if I could, I'm going to get into this. That's why black women used to love drug dealers. Why? I'm not going to get into too much. I'm going to go in a little bit, though. Why? Can anybody tell me? Why do black women love drug dealers? Go ahead. Remember, everybody used to say, they used to always say, they don't like no good man. They like the bad boys, the ones that out there got all the money and all that. Bad boys. Why? Go ahead.
Trigger something else, Ken. Just by that. Immediately I thought about Jada Pinkett Smith saying that, you know, she thought that Will Smith was just a nice guy, that he was a little corny.
Right.
He still to this day ain't get over Tupac. And then you're going after the same type of guy Pac was,
right.
With all this Alcina.
Right.
That's insane.
Why though? Why? Why did it? Oh, y'all know. Oh, I'll hit it to you. White people love drug dealers. White man wants you to deal drugs, and that black woman is tied to that white. She ain't in that church for nothing. She got the feeling of what that white man wants. White man let her know, even though they're going to tell you drugs is against the law, but they bring it in by the boatload, put it in your neighborhood, and you get rich, and the women flock to you. Why? Because the white man, that's what he wants. We've been played, man.
Right.
We have been sincerely played. We've been played. You know what I mean? And that Christian church plays the hell out of us. Go ahead. What was I going to say? Let's play the rest of it.
Come on.
Talked to Kenneth Walker's attorney in the last hour, and he told us that he feels it's a cover-up. Would you use that phrase too?
Well, I think it was a sham proceeding, and that's why we're demanding, Gail, that this grand jury transcript is released so people can see if anybody spoke for Breonna in that grand jury proceeding.
Stop for a second. Good night. That's insane. The woman that got is dead, and we want to see if there was any mention of her. That's totally insane, man, in my head. You know who else what's the young brother that had back in the day when they had that old Rush hearing, he got killed because whistle at that white girl back Emmett Till. Emmett Till. That's the same hearing we talking about right now that Emmett Till had. And Mattel had the same head when they ain't where they you guilty. That's it. A jury of the people that want to hang him. Well, this is a jury of people that don't give a damn about that black woman.
Right.
That don't give a damn about black. Don't even consider you a part of this place, even though you believe they do. You know what I mean? This is insane. We keep going through this, man.
Right.
Like we're gonna just keep on having these discussions because something inside ourselves we don't want to fight. To come in and be that we it's just damn near like you don't forgive the Lord for him punishing you, which you deserve. It's like you think your punishment was too hard for you to forgive the Lord for punishing you when the Lord, if you knew the Lord and if you knew this punishment was for your benefit, the hell you gonna never get punished. You're gonna walk around here having everything you want. You're gonna be a goddamn brat, never learning anything. Not learning anything. We learned something. We done learned something. Imagine you someone that just never, well, you did everything the Lord say. You should. You know what I mean? You get the punishment because the Lord, like Job, but can you imagine some of these kids, they can't understand your condition. They can't have that kind of compassion that you have. You know what I mean? Because you've been through it. You've been through it. We've been through slavery. We've been through all the atrocities of these wicked people, man, and what they done done to us, man. I got a book I'm gonna bring out. It's called listen, I'm gonna tell you something. Oh man, it's called, what is it? American Slavery as It Is by Theodore Dwight Weld. Yo, this book right here, I'm gonna bring some of these things out. But if you buy it on Amazon now, they done took a lot of stuff out. The horrendous parts of this book. Man, it is ridiculous, man, how they trying to hide their wickedness so that they can appear to you as righteous. So that why do they do that? So you can join them.
Right.
So you will say, oh, black people are horrible. White people ain't bad. Let me go move over here where the white people are because black people are so horrible. And you'll never be just about your own people, man. You always have this mindset about your people that's absolutely wrong. That has no compassion. You can't help nobody. How the hell you going to help somebody when you always thinking that they the reason for this and that? They the reason. Oh man, how can I even say it? You ain't gonna help nobody because in your mind you think they the problem. Go ahead, you got to hear that.
If I could too, like you speaking on that book, it's like they miseducate us in such a way where we learn their history like it's something glorious, and we call it their forefathers, our family fathers. We saying of this country, we think we're part of this country. If I could, I got the book Without Sanctuary.
Without Sanctuary?
Come.
I'm going to check that out too.
And I sat by my little garden, went outside one day, I'm like, I'm gonna get into this. I already knew it was gonna throw me up. If I could. The things they did to us, if I knew they did stuff like that when I was a child, I never would have trusted them. I wouldn't even want to get around them.
That's right.
Everything else that they do is like, it's like a lesser version of that. Like it's so horrible.
Right.
They can hang us, then burn us, then pick off pieces of us.
That's
and
right.
Run off with it and take it home.
And the babies, you see the things they did to the babies before they were born, right? In the mother's belly, would cut open the mother's. This book right here, this is a first-hand account. This is about some white man wrote down the accounts, pushing the abolitionist movement, was trying to abolish slavery. So he would get these stories from and collect them and he published this book. Brother, it's insane how they would cut off your limbs, how they would cut the babies off and drag them down, in front of your women, have your women watching in horror as you begging for mercy on this man. I mean, it's so many. I wanted to read it again. American Slavery as It Is by Theodore Dwight Wells. I wanted to read it again because I wanted to refresh myself. So yeah, I'm gonna bring a couple of those stories out, but bring that too. We're gonna go into it, man, because Trump said they miseducating our kids about slavery. He just said that recently, right? He said that recently. When our kids don't even know about slavery. You don't even know about what happened. I gotta refresh my mind about the things I used to learn about slavery because it ain't being taught. It's damn near as if they're forming your mind to be a certain way and not remember, because if you remember, your mind would have that subconscious would trigger your natural feelings. Your natural feelings as a black or Hispanic man to love your people and to defend your people. Go ahead, you got your hand up?
Good, sir. Trump's actual quote after he said that, Commander Johanna went over on the radio show. Trump said, and I quote, black people, if you don't understand your history, you're bound to repeat it. And then afterwards, he was like, slavery could happen again. Oh wow, that is a bastard. That Trump. I mean that man is he's a character. And that before I came into class tonight, I see there's a site and there's a bunch of people though. There's black people that's cheering Trump on and all that. I think I put it on my page. But yeah, it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. We hopeless slaves, man. if Christ don't return, I don't see no way we getting up out of here or we getting out of this. It's too bad. It's too bad to the point where I don't give a damn. Like, well, it's damn near like white people laughing at you, like, what they gonna do now? I'm gonna make this happen, and I dare one of them to do something. I'm going to do this, and I dare you to do it. And I'm going to exonerate my people at the same time. It's damn near like that type of mindset. You know what I mean? And we like this. We like, well, how we going to figure? What we gonna, you know what I mean? Let's protest. Let's march. We shall overcome. We shall, instead of obeying the Lord and doing what the Lord say, man, instead of finally coming up out of our evil, man, and getting right so we can get true justice. You know what I mean? Not some old organization that's being funded and pushed by lesbians. That's ridiculous. You're going to join an organization pushed by lesbians? God damn. Christ said you got to get that beam out your eye before you can touch. I mean, they got beams in their eyes. They wicked as hell. You sit up there marching, thinking it's for a right cause. You were completely out your mind, man. Completely out your mind. I thank the Lord for this truth, man. Right. I thank the Lord for this truth to be able to show me the evil that's going on outside these doors, man. Where we at? We got some more? I think so, sir. Play a little bit more.
Women lives matter, and Breonna Taylor life matters. The fact that not just black people, but if you are a parent of a daughter, a parent of a child, you should be troubled by this, because Tamika Palmer's daughter, Breonna Taylor, was killed in the sanctity of her own home, and our legal system, our criminal justice system is trying to say it's justified, it's okay. And, just because they say it's legal, Gail, that don't make it right. We know throughout history they have said things are legal, but that don't make it right.
Yeah, and that's what I keep thinking. I keep thinking about the family today, Ben, and how they're processing their grief while they are still calling for peace. It's not okay that 2 Louisville police officers were shot in the streets, but luckily they're going to be okay. But how is the family processing their grief? They're awarded $12 million. So on some level, somebody thought that some wrong.
Oh, is that it? Oh, go ahead.
My cousin, she had to throw that in there
What's that?
about them devils that got shot.
Yeah, because you know why? She's trying to say that, okay, because of what's done doesn't give you the right to go shoot the white man. In other words, she's defending him, which is true. You should not go and commit, go against, do this. Because why? That would be against what the scriptures say. You seeking your own justice instead of that, which is the easy way out, instead of you changing your life.
Right.
You going and put trying to get justice on this man when you don't know, you don't even know. The Lord said you kill him, you're gonna be bound up, you're gonna be in a way that you don't even understand. You know what I mean? He that slay of Esau, what does the scripture say? Y'all know? 7 times 7, right? Sevenfold. Yeah, sevenfold. You know what I mean? So you don't even understand why the Lord want this devil for himself.
Right.
The Lord want to take this devil down. And it's going to be glorious, boy. You'll shout for joy, man.
Right.
I mean, it's going to be a glorious day. Go ahead.
That they have been wronged in this particular case. To have no charges, nobody held accountable for the death of their daughter.
You know, Gail King, that is the hard thing. The civil settlement was very significant on many fronts. It set a precedence for systematic reform and speaking to the value of black women's lives in society. However, Tamika Palmer says she wanted accountability.
Pause it for a second. Who was the one that said that that decided that? That was Wu. I mean, they decided that, you know, to get the police off. Y'all know who's the one that made the decision that the police were innocent or not guilty of the crimes? The judicial system, right?
Right.
All right. The same system that finds blacks and Hispanics guilty. The same system that says stop and frisk. The same system that says you should child support. Your judicial system hates black people, man, black men. Black men, you the target, man. You the target. The sister got it right here, but yeah, and it, you know what I mean. And what happened was is that black men is hated in this country so much we're not able to stand for our families and demand justice outside of this school, man. Like everything that's happening is spiritual, man. You should see everything as spiritual. Because then you'll understand why these things are taking place and what you need to do. You need to come into the school and learn the truth. Go ahead. Any more? That's it?
That's a little bit more.
Okay. Play that.
Officers to be held accountable, so it will serve as a deterrent, so we can prevent future Breonna Taylors. She is trying to define the legacy of her daughter in the chaos of all of this, and she really wants that legacy to be to prevent these unjustifiable killings of people of color with nobody being held accountable.
Then yesterday, the Attorney General for the first time said that they had a witness who claimed that the police announced themselves before they went in. We had not heard that before. Had you heard that before?
We had heard that before, but I want to put this in proper perspective. Our legal team have 12 witnesses, 12 neighbors that say they did not hear the police knock and announce. And this alleged witness that they keep presenting, he apparently gave 2 previous interviews where he said he didn't hear the police knock and announce.
Exactly.
So if Daniel Cameron only presented his perspective and didn't present the other 12 neighbors, then he has unilaterally made a decision on whether or not Brianna would ever get due process, whether she would ever get justice, and that is not right.
Yeah, Kenneth Walker's attorney made that same point.
Y'all know what he's saying, right? That it was 12 neighbors that said they didn't hear the police ain't announced themselves. They just came right up in that man's dwelling, his place. But one guy, at first he was saying saying the same thing. But on the third account, when they interviewed him a third time, he changed his story up. You know what I mean? It sounded like intimidation or something like that to me. Sound kind of fishy. It sounds definitely fishy. You know what I mean? This whole thing just don't sit with me, man. It just, you know what I mean? First of all, being a man and watching one of our sisters get murdered by this white man, it's really got me, you know what I mean, on something, you know what I'm saying? Like they come in and take the life of a black person, you know what I'm saying, of one of my people, man. It really bothers me. It really bothers me, man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, like when General Yohana said, black men need to be, you know, we need to patrol our own areas. We need to have black police in our areas, just like every other nation got the police in their areas. You understand? The white man take a vested interest to be in your area so he can commit these crimes, man. So he can go and do the things he want to do to you. You understand? And get away with it. Of course, you know, there's people running the whole judicial system. You know what I mean? So that's crazy. Also, they didn't give the fact this was she was like working. She was an EMT or something like that.
EMT.
Like she working during this crisis, the whole damn crisis. I mean, working while on the front lines on this coronavirus thing, right? And you don't get no justice. See, you can. That also shows you that white people say when they say thank you for your work, they ain't talking about our people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because if so, then she should get justice for what the hell, you know, what happened to her. Like how you want to say you want to thank them through your when they going and doing the job, when they got their life in jeopardy for doing this work, but yet on this end, if something happened, if she gets murdered, ain't no justice. You know what I mean? You don't feel like it ain't, you know, it's worthy of you, you know, saying something about this incident. Like that, they are just a snake. You know what I mean? When it benefits them, that's what. Imagine you. Okay, you. This is a person that you always, when it benefits them, is good. Go against them. See how good it is then. Don't side with them and see if you get the same response. I guarantee you won't. I guarantee you won't. Go ahead.
If I could, and I said you said that because I remember Captain Kai did a Brotherhood is a Weapon lecture a while back. That was the first time I ever heard of like a microaggression and micro-racism. It's like, you growing your hair out offends white people. And they don't treat you different for growing your hair.
Yeah.
You just being yourself, being masculine, and white people look at you like you are a threat to everybody in the building. And just for being yourself, they like, I see a homosexual brother around, you know what I'm saying, he might say work, and they love that. They smile in his face, they happy because it don't seem like me being masculine threatens everybody in the building, but I'm not gonna do anything to anybody. It's like, it's so multi-layered to where like us even wanting to be to ourselves, it's like that offends them.
But what I say earlier, they back the ones that's going to do the ones that do the most damage to us.
Right.
And the ones that's trying to come back and be who they are, they shun that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like when someone 50 Cent, oh, I got more white boys coming to my concert than anything. Yeah, because you was a drug dealer and you pop hoes and you have no feeling for your own people. You don't give a damn about that girl that you just screwed and threw away. You know what I mean? Your brothers, you don't care that that's a black man's daughter. You don't care that you selling these drugs and it's destroying somebody else's family.
Right.
They like that. That's what they want to do. That's why they pushing abortions and all. They want that. So they back them type of people up. Homosexuals destroying your families. Oh, that homosexual is accepted. Make laws to make that homosexual thrive and prosper. You know what I mean? Go ahead. Where we at?
I wasn't on the video.
I sit on the video. Oh, and also I want to bring out this, man. It was so heavy. That she got shot up, y'all. She got shot 8 times, right? 8 times. She laid on the ground with no help. They said for 20 minutes. That is insane. These white devils will go into a goddamn swamp and rescue a dog that's drowning or got his foot caught in some tree or something like that. But she lay on the ground bleeding to death for 20 minutes. We better separate from these people, man. That's all I got to do is say, come into the UPK, separate from these people, man. You blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans, get over your damn self, man. It's about the Lord. It's about what the Lord wants, not what you want. It's about you doing the things of the Lord to make his kingdom prosper on this earth, man. How dare you stand against the Lord seeing the things happening to your people, seeing all these atrocities going down, man. I mean, there's so many of them. So many of them. And it's countless ones back in the day, boy. I mean, back in the day, boy, there was no cameras, no nothing. This devil was a full-out devil. Full-out devil. You couldn't get no justice. No, you think you still ain't getting no justice. But back in the day, they could murder you with no DNA, no nothing. You get murdered and buried right where you stand. That was it. Nobody, where you seen such and such? No, I ain't seen him in a while. That was it. You was dead. You was gone. Nobody knew you was dead. You know what I mean? This is a wicked kingdom, man. This is a wicked, wicked, wicked place, man. I can't even, you know what I mean? The wickedness is running. And here's the testimony. The testimony is the people outside, your people. I ain't got to know if the kingdom wicked. I'm looking at blacks and Hispanics. We wicked as hell. Must be coming from somewhere. Go ahead. Go ahead.
If I could, it's kind of like off. It's on topic, but it's not necessarily to this specific, but it is.
Go ahead.
I was seeing something about Philadelphia was trying to make gun violence, because we like number 2 radio, like make us like a national emergency or something. Oh,
I didn't see that. They might probably do. They try to bring they brought the National Guard out there in Kentucky, wouldn't it?
Come.
Yeah, they took the Guard out there.
If I could, I was wondering about that, because that kind of reminded me of like I heard from the older generation that back when we was peaking, selling drugs and killing each other, doing all that, we got to the point where we started asking the police to come into our neighborhood.
Oh yeah.
Because the killing of each other was so bad. So it's like, even like this situation or like other situations, it's like because what we do to each other too, it all end up reflecting back at the same time. Like, we can't protect black women if we not being right.
Right, and they wanted to say this. They knew they put so much. They doped us up with so much drugs, man. And then was the ones that the police ain't give a damn about them drugs, man. Because they knew they was running them.
Right.
Like you called the police in. The police was an added oppressor to what you was going to mean. They came in and they probably was murdering black men. doing all kind of that jeopardizing your family and all. It was just like back in them days, man. It was just like no understanding on what was going on. It was just like a whole storm.
Right.
It's coming at you. You know what I mean? Go ahead, you had your hand up.
Yeah, come. With piggyback what I was saying, you know, General Hyman broke this down perfectly. You know, he broke down about how even with the riots now, they prioritize, you know, everybody's rioting and looting and protesting, saying, well, defund the police. And then when you defund the police, and then when the police aren't around, and then our people are left to their own, you know, devices being wicked in the world, then what do you call for? Then you call for more police.
Right.
And the cycle continues. That's all I'm saying.
If somebody give me this, since you have not hated blood. What's Isaiah? Get a couple scriptures on this. We got to go back in Joshua next week. I was going to hit it, but this had to take precedence right here. We had to have a little sit down and talk about how we feel about this, what we thinking about it. Just let it out, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think, you know what I mean, black men need to come together. We can't even protect, you know what I mean, like our women getting murdered. We need this truth. The truth need to be amongst all black and Hispanic communities, man. ISUPK.
Right.
That would expand the protection and the knowledge and the wisdom, and you know what I mean, our kids would thrive. Like we thriving in here while the violence going on out there. You got families right here, brothers, you know what I'm saying? You got everything you want. It's like this is a safe haven. This is a safe haven for, you know what I mean, blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans. But they need to be out there. Our people need to get rid of all the religion and the philosophy that they believe is right in their mind and do it and obey the Lord and learn about the Lord and walk up in this school and ask questions, man. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, you know, trying to figure out, go ahead, you had a question? You had your hand up?
Oh,
Who had their hand up? Go ahead.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35 and verse 6. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord God, I will prepare thee unto
Go up.
Okay.
Go up to two verses.
Okay. Verse 4. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord. Verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel.
So this is not talking about the children of Israel. Hold up, do we get to go up a verse above that? I want to break the thing down.
Verse 3. And say unto it, thus
Go up to one. This is talking about Edom. Who is Edom in the Bible? White man. The white man's biblical name is Edom. He's Esau. Esau is the father of the white man. Read.
This book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, and verse 1. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me.
So now this is the prophet Ezekiel. And the word of the Lord came to this prophet, this man of God, and said what?
Saying, verse 2, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir.
Mount Seir. That's one of the white man's first homes, Mount Seir. You can see him in Idumea, Mount Seir. What's the other place? What do you call it? Shoot, I can't think of the name of it right now. But those are the names of the white man. I mean, that's his dwelling. He dwelled in the mountains. You know what I mean? What do you call it? What do you call it? Oh man, I can't think of the name. Well, what do they call it? White? Go ahead. Caucasus. Caucasian. God damn, I can't. My mind be all over the place sometimes. Caucasian. Caucasus Mountains. Those are his habitations. He's an uncivilized man. He's a man that doesn't come from civilization. You understand? So he, in other words, he's an animal. He's an animal. That's why they always try to push being civilized. They try to eat. They try to have all the forks lined up, and like they eat tea, drinking tea. Like some of the greatest serial killers acted like they was, they were listen to classical music and acted like super civil.
Right.
Like you want tea time. Had the forks lined up just right, the napkins, you know what I mean? Try to act like they were better than civilization, when in actuality, that's to hide that wickedness that they possess inside. Go ahead.
If I could, I remember Officer Bundy posted a picture of that devil Ted Bundy washing dishes and like listening to classical music.
You know what I mean? They try to act like they superior and all that. They try to push that image to you. Like, yo, you're uncivil. Look at you. Look at you in your bill. I'm clean shaven. You know what I mean? All that old garbage and stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? When in actuality, he's the damn enemy of God.
Right.
He is the damn the oppressor, the tormentor, the devil, the wicked on this earth. Go ahead, you have your hand up?
If I could, that's heavy because that's really what they do. Like, that's why the Native Americans, they pale face speak before tongue, or however you describe it.
Right.
Even in the Bible, they call the white man a snake. Like, he gonna come to you with what the scripture. It said, he's speaking sweet words, smooth words.
In his mouth was
like that's white people for you. Like they act so good, but then they'll try to kill you. That's just like terrorists.
That's right.
They know if they call the police, it's gonna get you killed.
Oh man, you just told me to remember this video about this brother. I'm gonna see if I can get it real quick. We're gonna put that up. Back in the 60s, man. The cries of this brother back in the 60s sounds just exactly like what's going on now. Go ahead, let's read on. Who got the scripture?
And prophesy against it.
And prophesy against it. Saying what?
Verse 3. And say unto it, thus saith the Lord God.
This is what God said.
Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee.
The Lord said he against you. He against Mount Seir. And they're going to find out when the Lord says something that he about what he says. They've been living delicious. They've been living good. But when the Lord turned his face and say, listen, okay, now it's your turn. Yeah, look, here's the Lord. I took you from them goddamn mountains and raised you up, gave you the earth, so you can your world. You can put and now I'm going to destroy it. Oh, that's beautiful, man. I'm going to destroy the white man's world. I want to destroy Disneyland and all the things and your vote and what else they have in your Christian church. I'm going to destroy that goddamn Christian church. It needs to be thrown down, man. It is what keeps us in betwixt loving the white man and these other nations, man. The Lord said, I want to destroy you. Read on.
And I will stretch out my hand against thee.
I'm going to stretch my hand out against you. When he stretches his hand out, that's destruction, boy. You better believe there's going to be all kind of disasters and all kind of things that happen. Look, read on.
And I will make thee most desolate.
I'm going to destroy you. I'm going to destroy you, and you're going to be desolate. You're going to be till you wiped out. Dang, look, white people got something coming to them, brother, that you would never want to even think about. You would think that what we went through is a cakewalk to what white people are going to go through. They're going to be destroyed to this none left. Some of us left. To this none left. That's a continual destruction. That's a destruction. They many on earth now. So read on some more.
Verse 4. I will lay thy cities waste.
I'm gonna lay your cities waste. The cities you call great, New York. Give me some more. Florida, California, go ahead. Philadelphia. They're gonna be destroyed. They're gonna be destroyed. Yo, put so much interest in the cities, huh? I'm from New York, yeah. Okay. Cali, you know. Chicago. They're gonna be destroyed, man. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Los Angeles.
LA. That's right. Shoot, yeah, LA, all these cities wiped out. Read on.
Okay. And thou shalt be desolate.
And you're gonna be destroyed. When I destroy you, it's gonna be such a total destruction that everybody you're gonna be a destroyed thing on this earth. Ain't nobody gonna have no pity on you. Ain't nobody gonna have sorrow and say, "Let me help the white man," because he's such an evil bastard, man. He's such a wicked person. He's wicked. You don't even worry about it, brother. You can't even fathom how wicked the white man been. Your mind can't even stretch out that type of wickedness because you're not that goddamn wicked. Well, brother, they wicked beyond belief. Go ahead, read on.
And thou shalt know that I am the Lord.
The Lord, you should know that the Lord prophesied this against you and said this was going to happen. Read on.
Verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred.
Why am I doing this? Because you had an ongoing hatred. From the time from the time of inception. From the time when we was coming through the land, and they wouldn't give us a passes because they hated us. When the time they joined our enemies when they were coming up against us. They've always had a hatred for us, an ongoing hatred. Read on, because thou has a perpetual hatred.
And has shed the blood of the children of Israel.
And because of that hatred, they done shed the blood of the children of Israel. Hard to understand? No, it's easy. Somebody give me the scripture where it said, death has come through our windows. We used to all pull that back in the day. Read on.
By the force of the sword.
By the force of the sword. Meaning you took that gun and you went in that house and you murdered that sister. You murdered that sister. You were looking to murder somebody.
Right.
Looking to murder somebody. There was a video that came out, I think it was this week, where the young brother, he was driving and he ran a stop sign. And he pulled up in his driveway. The white woman pulled up in the house, and and the mother came out, and I think the father came out, and that white woman, you could just see she had her hand on her gun. She wanted to murder that brother, man. But the mother said, "No, you ain't murdering my son today." And the father came out in video, and they called the supervisor, I believe, and he came out and talked the situation down. But she wanted to murder that brother, man. She was like, "You can go, but he can't go nowhere." And that's them, man. They got a hatred for you that you can't comprehend because you're not that type of person. You want everything to be peaceful. You want everything you want to just chill, Netflix and chill type of brother. Gonna get you a job and build your family. They not like you. They don't have the same mind you got. They're not cut from the same cloth as you. You can't see their mind, but they're continually thinking about wicked. Read on. Anything else? No, never mind.
And the time of their calamity.
And the time we was going through our calamity, meaning we was going through calamity. Why? Because our disobedience to the Lord. We was jammed up. And they used that opportunity because they had that hatred inside them to kill us. We was coming out of Egypt. Them goddamn Amalekites was slaughtering the elderly and the women in the back of the train. That's a white, though. That's Esau's descendants. They put they put their hand forth against us. Go read on.
And the time that their iniquity had an end.
Now here it is. They know that's the key. That's the key. They scared. They know something about to happen. They know the Lord. If you came together, which is what they've been fighting against since we've been here, that would be the end of them. That'd be the end of them. Imagine you got slaves. Man, think about this for a second, man. I'm white people, right? I done brought these slaves over here to work and build my kingdom. These slaves happen to be the greatest people on the face of the earth. Are they not? Yes, they are. They made me rich beyond belief. They sing, they dance, they play ball, they box. And in doing so, I've become rich. Now here's these slaves. Their iniquity, is now they gonna free. I got to be a real white man now. Because if black people leave, I got nobody to feed off of. Got nobody I can't box. I can't jump like Jordan. I can't, do the things they do. I got to be a white man and I can't survive. Think I'd be able to build this kingdom by myself without my slaves? You think I'd be able to build the White House and all the monuments and all this without these slaves? If they leave me, I'm just a white man that's come out the mountains and don't know the square dancing. That's something, Go ahead.
That reminds me of something they say with the rap contract. They say they give you a 360 deal, but like they get a piece of everything. It's like that's how we are in America.
Right.
The ones of us that they don't really know what to do with or whatever, they put us in jail, make money off of having selling drugs. The ones that make money, they get money back off of us. They promote for our destruction in our religious organization.
That's right.
It's like everything. You make money from us playing sports.
That's
like,
right.
I think in the Bible it said they took the best of our people or something like that.
That's right.
I'm not sure.
That's right. That was in the Babylonian kingdom, if I'm not mistaken. Was it Babylon or Babylon? When they took the bread, yeah. But my point, yeah, they when you was no longer of use, or when they got control of, like if you was great, if you was I used to bring out back in the day, how all the singers in my mind was murdered by white people. The mob and all of them, because they had them contracts, and once they got a hold of their royalty and all that, you off them, and then you got the money. You solely got the money. Like all them the great singers back in the day that mysteriously died and they don't know how they died. Yeah, come on, man. You living with a murderer.
Right.
Who you think you living with? And he loved money. And then you read about Cain and Abel. He was jealous of his brother and killed him and took his crops, or took his possession. Well, who the hell you think you did? You Abel, that's Cain. And he been jealous of you. As soon as you come out great, the Lord then gave you a style that is that can't know. Everybody wants to see. Everybody loves. Everybody come from Michael Jordan all over the earth to see him play ball, or Mike Tyson, or some of the other great Michael Jackson. Well, if I get your money, if you get a hold of what you got, and I offer you, then I can control the finances that come from behind that. They've been doing that for the longest, man. You can't convince me nothing else. That's why y'all back in the day, I would say how black men be like, they be crying. We want to see their women, their daughters. You put your daughter in that record business, man, she's gonna be a hoe. She's gonna be used up, destroyed, and gonna be wiped out. You're not gonna even understand what's going on. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
If I could, somebody know where the scripture is where it said they took the vegetables?
Yeah, that's it, huh? It's in Jeremiah. Yeah, Jeremiah. We'll have to look that up. But let's go on. What we hold on? 1, 2. No, did you finish?
One more verse.
Go ahead, read it.
Verse 6. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord God, I will
And
prepare.
that's another thing. The Lord is a living power, man. All these old fake gods around, man. They can't do nothing. The Most High is a living power. As I live. Don't forget. Don't you think I'm not because justice ain't speedily enacted in this earth. Because I'm trying to see what the hell you going to do, when you going to change your ways or not. As I live, justice is going to be enacted in this earth. Go ahead. As I live, what?
Saith the Lord God, I will prepare thee unto blood.
Oh, man. They're going to prepare that thing into blood. Their blood so far through their skin, that is the key to why Esau said, listen, everybody's going to want to kill me because why? I'm a murderer. You didn't put that, what you call it? He put that mark on me. I don't know what I'm talking about, where he marked them, that skin. Where everybody see him say, these people are murderers. Well, he said, because y'all going to prepare you to blood, everybody going to hate you. Everybody going to know who you are. Let's read on.
And blood shall pursue thee.
And blood shall pursue thee, since you didn't hate blood. And they don't hate blood, man. Right now they talking about vampires and all this blood and stuff, like sucking the blood out of something. You know what I mean? They just the people that's diabolical, and you know what I mean? You can't trust them. I don't want to be around people like that. Go ahead. Where we at?
Jeremiah 9 and 21.
You read that from.
Jeremiah 9 and 21. For death has come up into our window.
That's what I wanted. Death is coming to our windows. That's an old school scripture. Read, I think it's before that. That may be it. Death, you better know that. So you got that. Them bullets came to that window and killed that sister, man.
Right.
That's insane. And how many more of us got struck down like that? Laying in our beds, man. Death is coming. That's spiritual. That's spiritual, man. But they done this sister awful, man. They done this sister awful. This place, we should not want to be a part of this place. Let this place just die, man. I mean, it's got to go, man. And you blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans that can't stop loving this place, you gonna go with this place. I hate to tell you that, but I gotta tell you the truth. If your love is tied up in this place, when this place goes, you gonna go with it. Because you can't love the Lord. You can't serve two masters. Like the scriptures say. You serving the white man and think you serving the Lord. You ain't serving the Lord. You ain't doing that. Because to serve the Lord, you got to come out of this place. Right. Somebody get to come out of my people that you've been out for partakers of our sins. And don't, you got it?
Talk about the book of Revelations, chapter 18 and verse 4.
Go ahead.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come
this
out.
This is from heaven. This is from on high. This ain't on this earth. This ain't your buddy saying this or somebody. This ain't somebody. This is from heaven. Read on.
Come out of her, my people.
My people, come out of her. The hers is this place, America. The woman is sitting over there dressed lavishly with the cup in her hand and eating delicious. You know what I mean? You got to come out of this place. Read on.
That ye be not partakers of her sins.
That you don't partake in the sins of this place. Because this place got a lot of sins. And if you join it, if you decide to vote, then you're going to sin against the Lord.
Right.
You got birthdays. I love birthdays. Oh man, I was listening to the radio, and this station. This is a wicked station. They was talking about astrology. It's a black station too, and it was like if you was born in this month and reading the what do you call it, the damn horoscopes, yeah, reading the horoscopes and all, and just getting it in. And I'm like, I'm listening to this. I'm saying this is a black station with black people saying this. They have joined to this place. They're pushing it. So now when I see I'm born in such and such. I'm a Scorpio or a Leo or whatever the hell that is. The hell is that? You want to name you want to say, did the Lord say you was that? Did the Lord say you was that? Then why the hell are you saying you that? That's just ridiculous, right?
Right.
You better come out this place, man.
Right.
Go ahead.
If I could, I never really got into where the horoscope came from. If I could, that seemed like that's a new thing.
No, that's not. Go back in the 60s, they were talking about, what's your sign?
Right.
I'm a Leo. He got a song called, what's it called? He said Cancer. What's it say called? Where they named the different signs back in the day. Cancer, Leo. Go ahead.
If I could, I meant historically, are those new names for that stuff? When was it put together the way it is today?
Oh, the way it is today, historically, the different nations worship the stars.
Right.
And they've always said, because they looked at draw different, gods in the stars or whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the lion, because they feared the lion. I don't know. What else they got? The scales for the justice. I mean, different things. They went and designed their gods out of the stars.
Right.
And got people worshiping.
Right.
When I'm not going to go into Adam, because the Lord was showing Adam through the stars, different things. Different things. We'll go into that in another class. We'll go there in another class, because that's a whole different breakdown. But the Lord was talking to Adam, and Adam knew how to read the stars. Then the Lord said, don't worship the stars, because he knew that our people, because we can see the stars, you can't see the Lord. Right. We're gonna worship the stars because you can see them. They're there. Look at them. They give you light at night. Whoa. Now, I can't see, and here's a star giving me light. It got to be worship. Or the moon, of course, you know what I mean? It's at night. You know what I mean? When we go study Babylon, you'll see they worship all. We do it because the Christians love to have a party, do a funeral and all that and all. You better not say we're gonna party. This is the time for mourning, not your simple behind to be talking about you partying and all that. You know what I mean?
No question.
You sure?
Come, sir.
Okay, with that being said, I'm gonna pass the class over to Priest Officer Yediah. Sure, I got that.
You captured your partner with a strong hand.
Next week we going to Joshua. We gotta finish Joshua.
Right.
We gotta finish that Joshua.
Come. That being said, we're the ISUPK. We're shot out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. Room for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother and sister come to the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must give permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. And after that 6 month period, the brother and sister will give permission from the head to marry. Tithe is the commandment. You can read about that in the book of Numbers, chapter 18 and verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. By Isupk, which 10th in Hebrew, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department. Priest fund, free will offer for the priest, which is not mandatory. Whatsoever money that you give, must become a holy convocation. will be the Day of Atonement, 10th day of the 7th month, Saturday, this Saturday, September 26, 2020, and you can read about that in the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verses 27 through 32. Remind all occupants not cooperate to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If any brother wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, headband, and scarf. And with that, I admire you to be stand. Go to the prayer.
No, we was just salute.
Come. Men of Israel, we'll give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Madam Shabbat, Admaj, Barak,
Yahweh, Shimmy Yahweh.
Sorry, church, this is Admaj. This is your feet should be at a 45-degree angle with your right hand over your left with your head bowed and covered. Men of Israel, the better get the sisters one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Madam Shabbat, Admaj, Barak,
Yahweh Shema Alatah Shimmy Yahweh.
Yaj Matah, class dismissed.